Welcome to Imani Faith Channel, where faith comes to grow. Thank you for watching our video series, Sing Praises with Understanding, where we study the lyrics of your favorite hymns and worship songs. Understanding is key to an elevated worship experience with the Almighty God. Psalm 47 verse 7 says, "For God is the King of all the earth. Sing ye praises with understanding." But how often do we stop to consider the words we are singing? Why do we sing classic hymns from the 19th and 20th century? These songs have had a lasting impact on believers for centuries because of their theological depth as well as their emphasis on peace, faith amidst suffering, and the hope of heaven. In this video, we will discuss why we sing the soul-stirring hymn, "Nearer, My God, to Thee," by Sarah Flower Adams. The hymn, "Nearer, My God, to Thee," is a creative storytelling of Jacob's supernatural encounter at Bethel. This story is told in Genesis 28 verses 10 to 22. As Jacob flees the wrath of his older brother Esau, he stops for a night's rest in a strange place, and he uses a stone as a pillow. There, he dreams of a ladder going up to heaven with angels ascending and descending. Ever sure of his divine visitation, Jacob names the place Bethel, meaning house of God. The song, "Nearer, My God, to Thee," places the singer in the position of Jacob as they petition God for a deeper relationship with him. Verse 1 says, "Nearer, my God, to Thee, nearer to Thee. Even though it be a cross that raises me, still all my song shall be, nearer, my God, to Thee." When we sing this verse, we are asking God to draw us closer to Him no matter the cost. We are saying that we are willing for God to use our cross or our suffering to raise us or to draw us closer to Him. And this desire is not fleeting, but it is a longing that lingers like the melody of a familiar song. Hence, the song says, "Still all my song shall be, nearer my God to Thee." Verse 2 says, "Though, like the wanderer, the sun gone down, darkness be over me, my rest a stone, yet in my dreams I'd be nearer, my God, to Thee." When we sing this verse, we can imagine ourselves in Jacob's position as he wanders to a strange place. The sun is setting and he needs to stop and rest because he cannot continue his journey in the dark. This verse will especially resonate with those of us who feel lost, unsure, or tired from whatever journey we have taken. Or maybe our current environment feels like darkness is caving in on us. The song encourages us that even in situations like these, we can still encounter God in an intimate way. God spoke to Jacob in his dreams, demonstrating his power to lift us out of our suffering into the realms of his peace and glory. We too can sing with faith and conviction, "Yet, in my dreams I'd be, nearer, my God, to Thee." Verse 3 says, "There, let the way appear, steps unto heaven, all that Thou sendest me, in mercy given, angels to beckon me, nearer, my God, to Thee." When we sing this verse, we can imagine what it would have felt like for Jacob to have seen a ladder going up to heaven. This verse contrasts the directionless feeling evoked by the metaphor of a wanderer in the previous verse, as the imagery of a stairway to heaven speaks of divine direction and guidance. Though, like Jacob, we may have earthly destinies, we can be reminded of our ultimate heavenly destination. The imagery of Jacob's ladder speaks not only of direction and guidance, but also of divine provision and assistance. The song says, "All that Thou sendest me, in mercy given, angels to beckon me, nearer, my God, to Thee." As the angels descended towards Jacob, they were sent as gifts of God's mercy, and as they ascended, they drew him nearer to God. Similarly, every divine encounter that we have is a gift of God's mercy, purposed with drawing us to higher dimensions of His presence. Verse 4 says, "Then, with my waking thoughts, bright with Thy praise, out of my stony griefs, Bethel I'll raise, so by my woes to be, nearer, my God, to Thee." When we sing this verse, we can imagine how Jacob felt when he awoke from his dream. He woke up in the same physical environment filled with stony griefs and woes, but he himself was transformed by the experience he had with God. By drawing nearer to God, Jacob was able to transcend his circumstances and raise an altar of praise. Like Jacob, After we have experienced God in a new way, we can raise an altar of thanksgiving and praise in the midst of our suffering. Verse 5 says, "Or if on joyful wing, cleaving the sky, sun, moon, and stars forgot, upward I fly, still all my songs shall be, nearer, my God, to thee." This verse is a continuation of the previous verse. It contrasts the earthy and low imagery of verse 4 with illustrations of height, such as the sun, the moon, the stars, and the sky. It reminds us that our desire to be nearer to God is not tied to a specific condition. When we sing this verse, we are pledging to God that whether we are sleeping on low ground or flying in high skies, our desire is still to be nearer to God. Thank you for watching Sing Praises with Understanding on Imani's Faith Channel. The next time your church sings, "Nearer, my God, to thee," you can sing praises with understanding. Type your favorite verse in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe.